Welcome to my live Sunday free-for-all. This is a free-for-all for all zodiac signs. Let me just get this started here. Let me pin this comment here and turn off my volume so we don't receive any echoes. Pin message. And we'll start right there. Thank you. Again, this is a live Sunday free-for-all. This is a free-for-all for all zodiac signs. If you have any questions in regards to the cards that are on the table or what the topic of discussion is, please write those in the comment sections. We'll start with some sage to cleanse the area. Thank you, Spirit. 3 chimes to bring in positive energy. And again, this is a general tarot reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. If you have any questions in regards to the cards on the table or the topic of discussion, please write those in the comment box and I will be happy to address those. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the zodiac signs. What is it that you would like the listener to know or to be aware of for or during this reading? Thank you very much for stopping by and viewing and supporting the channel. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. I trust my intuition. I do look at the horoscopes. I do look at the tarot. I look at the planetary placement, the sun, the moon, and other planets and how they are affecting the energy as a whole. But I do rely on intuition. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the zodiac signs this week. Wow, a lot of fire coming out this week. Thank you. Again, my name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. If you have any questions as they pertain to the cards on the table or the topic of conversation, do write those in the comment box and I will do my best to help find clarity for those questions. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the listener today. If this is your first time tuning in to one of my readings, the layout of this reading, when we are looking at this first row, this top row, we will be looking at your public life, your professional life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. This second row, we will be looking at your private life, your personal life, and the energy that is surrounding you there. The third row is final thoughts, final messages, final takeaway. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the listener today. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the listener today. Thank you. Again, my name is Greta. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for viewing and supporting the channel with your likes, your subscribes, and your comments. And the foundation, the basis of this reading is the 5 of Cups. Looking at the past, looking back at the past, and maybe almost spending too much time in the past. And many times when there's a pivotal point, a turning point in our lives, something in us, something in our thought processes, keeps us looking back at the past and not looking at the gift in the present, not seeing the gift in the present. And that is forced or backed by the Emperor card. And the Emperor card represents our thought processes, how we approach situations, how we deal with others. And when we're looking at the emperor, the only difference between a good emperor and a bad emperor is their ability to use or practice empathy. When we're looking back at the past, we're having difficulty applying empathy towards the roles that other people played in the past. And let's see how that plays into the rest of the reading this week. And we start off with the Two of Wands, or excuse me, the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords indicates that there's something that we're not seeing, an option, a choice that we're not seeing, or something that is playing out in the background. And that is followed by the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is creating something from nothing. And obviously, if we know the laws of physics, we know the laws of substance, it's like everything that has been created has been created. As far as matter goes, there's only a certain amount of matter. And to create something new is to bring that something into this realm. And so we're bringing something from the unseen, something from the invisible realm into this physical realm. And that is followed by the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is spiritually protected. And why we say she's spiritually protected is that she has her cat there to protect her and protect her intuition. And the wands in tarot represent fire, represents passions, represents the tree of life and the strength that we find from within. This is quite an interesting mix of cards here we have in the public sector. And the Ten of Swords is an ending. And when it's the Ten of Swords, I could say it's almost like a relief, an ending that brings a relief. And why I say that relief is when we look at the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Swords is the stress, the agony, and the ongoing suffering. But the Ten of Swords represents the end of that suffering. And anytime there's an end to a suffering, there's a relief. There is a situation here that has been very challenging in your public life, in your professional life. It could be education, school, career, but there's been an ongoing suffering, an ongoing challenge. But this challenge, you have the ability to turn this challenge into an opportunity. Source is asking that you take and initiate and demonstrate your leadership roles. And I think that is what we're not seeing here. That is the pivotal point, is there's an opportunity in this challenging situation where you have the ability to create something from nothing, to bring into the realm, to bring into what it is that you're working on, or what it is that you're creating, or what you're working with a group of others. And everyone is seeing or noticing that this is a very challenging situation, that there are things that need to be brought up, that there are things that need to be addressed. And it's like everybody sees the problem, everybody knows what the issue is, but nobody's wanting to bring it up. Nobody's wanting to bring it to light. But if you bring it up, if you bring it to light, if you address the elephant in the room, it will work in your favor. And how it will work in your favor is that it will give you the ability to control how the outcome is going to play out. It will help you gain momentum to guide the outcome of this situation in a way that is going to be beneficial for you. And by you bringing up and addressing the situation, addressing the issues, you will gain the respect of others around you. It's almost like everybody's waiting for someone else to address the elephant in the room. Everyone has noticed the problem. Everybody has noticed what is going on here, but nobody has brought it to the attention of the higher ups. No one has brought in any ideas or any solution on how to correct that. And you most definitely do have that ability. Anything that you invest, anything that you put in, any effort that you put into addressing this situation is going to pay you back in spades. And in your private life, in your personal life, we see the Five of Wands here, which is 5 in tarot represents change, a sudden change, a lot of action, a lot of movement, but there's an organized chaos here. It's a chaos of getting things together, a chaos of gathering, a chaos of preparing. And that is followed by the 9 of Wands. We've putting in work, putting in labor, a chaos, a disorganization of the work or the effort that we're putting into a situation. And that is followed by the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, I like to call this only fools rush in. And why I say only fools rush in, it's like, you know, we can see if we look closer at this knight, he has no plan. He's very youthful. He has no idea, but he's running into action, taking action. There's some clouds there, which indicates a lack of clarity. He has his sword drawn. He's ready to take action, and his steed is rushing in. Only fools rush in. And that is followed by the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups represents a spiritual, emotional gift from above. A showering of spiritual and emotional blessings. there is a friend or a person from the past that is reaching out to you with an invitation. And this invitation is stirring up chaos, stirring up emotions, reigniting some sort of passion, some sort of fire. Reigniting of passion, reigniting of fire. It could be maybe an ex-lover, an ex-spouse, someone from your past reappears and maybe causes conflict in a new relationship that you have started, or they're causing conflict because you thought you worked through that. You thought that that person no longer had an effect on you. But when this person reappears, you're going to want to rush to take action. And that action involves saying yes to an invitation, or that action involves re-evaluating that past relationship and re-evaluating your emotions, your passions about that. And what I like to say is that when people from our past reappear, they will continue to reappear until we work through what it is that we need to work through, until we learn the lesson that we were meant to learn with this person. There's still something here to work through. And what you've put in work, but something about this person keeps reappearing because there's still something that, I don't know if there's something that was left unsaid, or that you're still looking for closure, or maybe they're looking for closure. I see things closing out this time with this person. And by closing this chapter of your life, it will open the door for the next chapter to begin. Perhaps you have not been able to find love, or you haven't been able to commit to a new person because of this past situation. But I see you finding closure on this past situation. And when you find closure on this past situation, it brings you in that spiritual gift, that spiritual abundance, where new love can come in. New spiritual, emotionally fulfilling love can come in. But we're going to need to be strong. We're going to need to be determined to close that chapter of our life. Final thoughts, final messages. And we have the Ace of Wands, the gift of strength, the gift of passion, the gift of fire. And the Nine of Pentacles, which is one of my most favorite cards in the tarot. And this is creating the environment to manifest our dreams, creating the environment to bring our dreams from the spiritual realm, from the invisible realm, into reality. Something that we can really touch, taste, and feel. Justice card. And this justice card is a physical justice. A justice, again, that we can touch, that we can feel. Perhaps in this closing out of this chapter, there's a justice. And the justice is a fairness to you, a victory, a win for you, a win in your favor, to where everyone is walking away feeling like they have won, or feeling that the situation was fair and balanced. And that leaves you with the Eight of Pentacles in the zone. I like to call this my in the zone. If we look at what this craftsman is doing in this tarot, he is totally unaware of the environment that is surrounding him. He has found his zone. He is working on creating. He is working on manifesting what it is that he would like to create, what it is that he would like to bring in to his world, bring into his reality. There is a justice here. And this justice is bringing you in strength. It's bringing you in the ability to manifest and to create the zone. There is a state of deep soul searching going on here. And when we do deep soul searching, our emotions will run hot and they will run cold. Your intuition is at an all-time high at this time, and it's trying to awake in you your ability to create, your ability to manifest. There's a degree of trust here, a trust in the process, a trust in source that needs to be had here. And we can learn to relax and trust the process through meditation and through mindful breathing techniques. And that is the message that I have for the zodiac signs this week. Thank you. You have a blessed week. I hope I see you next week.